Hi, my name is Werner. We're at the Foredom Electric Company in Bethel, Connecticut, and I have a great job to do here for you today. It's talking about a lot of tools that I've really fallen in love with over the years. Some of them are new tools, some of them are old tools, but fact of the matter is they help me work smarter, not harder in my own studio, and chances are they can help you as well. A few years ago I was in New York City and I showed Mike Zagalski, the national sales rep from Foredom, one of my pieces of jewelry, and he made the comment that, you know, it takes precision tools to do precision work like that. So not only was that very flattering to me, but I really thought about it for a while, and the fact of the matter is cheap tools are expensive, and there's a lot of choices that people have whenever they go to buy tools for their workshop, but I'd like to think that the Foredom tools are worth the money. They run truer than most flex shafts and other tools that I've experienced, and so I began to be a product demonstrator for Foredom at some of the larger trade shows in the country. What I have in front of me here is the BL lathe and the new filter hood and a lot of different attachments, and believe it or not, all of these attachments will fit on this BL lathe in one way or the other. So I'm going to go through these one by one as we go through this video, but I'd like you to kind of take a look at it and just know that this machine can hold thousands and thousands of different bits and burrs, things that we've used in our flex shafts over the years, but also it can go up to 1/4 inch, which are larger shafts, things that are commonly used in machine shops, industrial applications, things like that. So for me, I mean, call me a tool nerd, but I get real excited when I have something that'll accept a 1/4 inch collet. Some other things we're going to talk about is flex age, which turn your BL lathe into a flex shaft. I'm going to show you how to hook this up. I like to use this with the drill press. It's a wonderful pairing. And also I'm going to discuss this new piece here, which is the filter hood. If you've been looking for something that'll keep the dust and dirt out of your studio and of course out of your lungs, this is a great complement to any Foredom tool that you have, whether it's a flex shaft, BL lathe, or any other tool that you use that kicks up a lot of dust. So, you know, stay tuned. I'm going to have my coffee and we're going to go through these one by one. Let me tell you about this lathe. It's a 1/6 of a horsepower motor, which is the same as our standard SR motors. This motor runs at about 7,000 RPMs, and to tell you the truth, when you use small buffs like this, they're actually running just as fast as my large polishing machine that I have at home. What I like about this is it really doesn't kick up as much dust and doesn't take up as much space as a large polishing machine. The filter hood that I have here in the back is really interesting as well. It comes with a polyester filter inside, but you can also get carbon filters. The carbon filters are really good at filtering out some of the finer particles. On top is a light that comes in real handy, and you can position this any way that you like, or just move it out of the way. There's also a shield up here, and a reminder that you should always wear eye protection. I know I'm being bad and I don't have my safety glasses on now, but it's real important that we protect our eyes from things whenever we're working on power tools like this. The BL lathe is a very simple machine. It comes with two different spindles, a right spindle and a left spindle, and we have to attach that to the shaft. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, and then I'll show you some of the basics of setting up buffs and things like that. But what really gets exciting is whenever we start using the attachments for this thing, and you'll see that you can configure this in hundreds and hundreds of different ways. So here, take a look. I'm going to put the right spindle on the right side by lining up these set screws with the flat part of the shaft that is sticking out from the lathe. Make sure that these are backed out so it will easily slide on and over the flat spot in the lathe. Now I'm going to use this Allen wrench that comes with the kit to tighten up these set screws. Now I'm going to do the left side. The reason these are marked left and right is because the way that they're tapped, or the way that the threads go, makes a difference once you start putting buffs on here. The nice thing about the lathe is I can control the speed and add my buffs very easily. You can use any wheel on this machine up to 4 inches. Some of my favorites are these Scotch-Brite wheels. I use these for refinishing hammers and doing work whenever I'm doing knife work and things like that. If you feel a little bit leery about running the motor while you're putting on your buffs, you can simply hold them over the hole and turn the shaft from the other side. In this case, I'm turning it towards me and it actually taps into this buff. The trick to these is that you want them to run smoothly and true. Let's see how squared up this one is. If it's wobbling a little bit, you can grip it and straighten it out. See how that straightened that one up? This is a new filter hood from Foredom, and it goes hand in glove with this little lathe. I'm going to use this filter hood and show you how I charge these buffs. Anytime you're using a buffing wheel, I want you to know that you're only supposed to use this area of the buffing wheel, really from here to here. If you go too far, it's going to pull the work away from you. If you come up here, it's probably going to do the same thing, or it could even wrap around the spindle. But let's look at what we caught in our filter hood. Much better to be caught in a polyester filter than to be caught in your lungs. Well, that's the BL lathe, one of my favorite tools. If you're a hobbyist or a light manufacturing jeweler, I'm sure you can find plenty of uses for this tool. If you're the kind of person that likes to keep a small footprint for a buffing machine on a workbench because you have a small shop, this should also come in pretty handy. The other thing that I really love about it, of course, not only its versatility, but the fact that it goes hand in glove with the new filter hood. This is a wonderful tool that I'm sure you will learn to love and learn to appreciate as you use it.